There's a lot of anticipation, a lot of thinking about what these potential neighbors would be like, what would the experience be like. Are we able to really show them the vision, let them feel how we feel about where we are and where we think we're going with Mountain View? And the last few days have been absolutely mind-blowing. I think for the moment people got here, you felt a tangible energy that could only come from people coming together around a shared vision and a shared experience and a shared aspiration. And from the moment they got here, I think everybody was drawn into not just the geography and topography and the beauty of Mountain View, and not only feeling the ruchnius and the spirituality of having everyone here and the minyanim and having Rabbi Torsky and having everything just clicking, but I think people really felt connected to the dream and felt like for the first time they were coming home. I think I heard that more than anything else for the last few days, is I finally feel like I have a home. Hearing Rabbi Torsky talk about the inspiration of creating a Jewish community in a yishuv built on Torah, mitzvos, halacha, das Torah, having all that come together and watching how it actually wasn't just my vision anymore or our team's vision, but that people were flocking to this vision like a calling, and we're not only coming to it and answering those calls, those WhatsApps, those Instagram messages, not just looking at our website, but coming here and seeing it tangible and wanting to be here and not wanting to leave. That was not only emotional, but it was beautiful. We had one person here who on the first day, we had our first public Kriyas Torah on the land. It was our first meeting Monday morning, and someone said Kaddish and watching people read the Torah in Lane. It was such an amazing thing to see that in that moment, at that time, for the last few days, we have seen the birth of a Yiddish community, a Jewish community, in a place that's so new and so raw to what we're bringing to it, that you can't help but to feel inspired. Someone had videotaped on their phone dinner last night, or 14 seconds of it, and sent it to me. And I'm looking at the room, there's couples at the tables laughing and eating, good barbecue. I saw Kobe from our team laughing in the corner with a few guys. You see the Mountain View green hats all over the room. You see Roy Torsky, represent Torsky. And it was like a quick 14-second span of a room of seeing like true Simchas L'Chaim from a bunch of strangers coming together and building community literally before my eyes. And that was just absolutely inspiring. The other moment that was really incredible was before the guests got here, Rabbi Torsky brought a few of the yeshiva bachrim from Yeshivas Leif Simcha out into the field to learn. They had like a Q&A session about issues or questions the boys were wondering about, and having that picture of like Rabbi Torsky in the middle of a field with the mountains in the background, these amazing blue skies, like talking like ruchnius with a few teenage boys, was just like, this is it. It's back to basics and beyond. Like, not just back to basics, but looking beyond, leaning into who we've always been and who we want to be. For me, one of the most inspiring things was driving onto the land of Torsky on the first morning for Shacharis and driving by one of our few lakes on the property and seeing all the yeshiva boys coming out of the mikvah, and the first ones to tovel in the lakes of Mountain View. And for those who've watched the weather, it was really, it's never cold here. I mean, I'm sitting outside now, it feels like it's 80 degrees, but in the mornings it's very brisk. And the water must have been ice cold. So Torsky told the boys that every Jewish community is only built upon Mesiras Nefesh. And Mountain View is built on the Mesiras Nefesh, so the boys going into the ice cold lake for mikvah, not just once, but twice, both Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. So Amrit Hashem, the schus of their Mesiras Nefesh will have only bracha and atzlacha. I think the part that most people are trying to get clarity around is how exactly is chinuch being set up? How exactly the yeshiva is going to work? If I move here, what do I do for parnasa? If my family lives here, what kind of life will they have? And I think we've answered all those questions, as honestly as we can. We don't have answers to everything. In fact, we have a lot of clarity around a bunch of those issues, a bunch of those questions, but we definitely don't have answers about everything. But what we do know is that myself, our team, Rabbi Torsky, we are deeply committed to solving those questions about chinuch, about hashkafa, about how things are going to run, and giving our most honest answers to our potential neighbors as we can. And I think everyone, when they heard those answers and heard those, and we had those conversations and those dialogues, at each meal we had some questions, some answers. I think people really felt confident in what we're doing here. I think there's a lot of love and respect amongst all these individual families, even though they were strangers 2 days ago, and now they're potentially neighbors. I think everyone really agreed or got on the same page, or shared that vision of what we're trying to accomplish. So those questions were really clarifications, and through our conversations and our dialogue and our shared experiences here, I think everyone left with a lot of clarity, or at least more clarity about the direction of where we're going, how we're getting there. Hopefully people will be moving in the 80th home, 90th home, 100th home. We're looking to build 358 homes here, and then some. We're already looking at expanding our land so we can build even more homes. This is going to be a vibrant, thriving Jewish community built on the foundation of Torah and Avodas Hashem. If someone's hesitant and wants to wait, absolutely wait. Wait to see how we develop. But those who have the courage and aspirational drive to come early and be some of our first founding families, there are tremendous benefits. And those benefits will not be there. We can't promise a lot of things in life. But what I can promise is that as this community evolves, like every other community, what we're offering our first 40 families, our founders and our heritage members, is absolutely mind-blowing as far as the financial benefits, the benefits in the lots and land sizes, and giving them the empowerment to make the move here, giving them the ability to feel that they're not moving alone, that we've got their back financially, we've got their back across the board. We're looking to help them adjust. That's not going to be necessarily there by the 80th home. People who wait to see how the brave fare always end up not doing as well. And I think the people that have the courage and then the atzmas to go ahead and do this now are not going to find it that's worth their while, but they're going to look back and be very grateful that they made those first steps. And our only job at Shefa Living is to make sure they make those first steps and they make that courageous jump and they believe in our vision, that they understand where we're coming from, and they feel and know that I'm not just here to sell a house, not just here to build a community, but here to support the growth of the community.